Welcome to Body Be Spoken. I created this group and this series, and what we're doing here is we're discovering what is spoken through our body. And in saying that, when we have body signals that come up, example, knee tenderness, lower back stuff, maybe some shoulder, and muscle that tightens and seemingly tightens and just pulls in even more to where you're in significant pain and ouch. So in Body Be Spoken, I'm speaking into the words Body Be Spoken. As our body speaks, it is our subconscious, which is our feeling world. And our body is very truthful and only knows how to speak in truth. Our body will tell you what's going on when maybe there is, when maybe you're not being with what's actually going on, or maybe you don't know what's happening. So I say Body Be Spoken because we can have a deeper understanding through our body. First, here's how Body Be Spoken is used. We will have a signal within us, an intuitive signal within us that says, hey, do this, or how's this going, or whatever. And if we don't hear our intuitive signal first, then we'll get a body signal. For example, if something's going on with right knee, and there's an ache or a pain under the kneecap, and specific, under the kneecap pain, what kind of pain? Well, it hurts when I bend or move. So, in speaking into a body signal as such, we can discover, okay, with specific questions is where I come in. And I say, okay, these are about partnership and forgiveness, and right side's masculine, left side's feminine, so it's right knee. Is it time to partner with the masculine figure? And another question could be, is it time to forgive with what we've experienced with masculine side of life, or a masculine figure? So that's just an example of a specific question that may come up in our physical form if we haven't acted upon our intuitive signal within us first. So I chose to share that little tidbit. And with Body Be Spoken, when you're with your body and something comes up, and an ache or a pain or a tightness, we're going to go all the way into the root of what is the cause of what's happening. And there's when our body is presenting a signal or a pain or a tightness or something other than ease, then it's us speaking with ourselves, and that's where we'll have our burdens become our blessings. And it's considered a body burden. Would you consider knee pain a blessing? So it's about how you perceive it, and what's actually happening is that what we are seemingly burdened with, or maybe have carried for a very long time, or maybe it's in our lineage, energetically, physically, emotionally, what we maybe experienced is trauma, or anything that's not of ease or less than love is what we'll carry in us. until we have the support and resources to be with that within us to shift it into our blessing. I love speaking into body with this because it's what I specialize in and what I have a passion in. Massaging for over 16 years as a massage therapist, I have had the greatest pleasure to be able to work with within how someone's experiencing their body, and then where's the emotion in that? What's the root? What's creating all of this within a person? What's creating all of this to be transformed and loved? So when we work with our body, for example, maybe it's a tight hip, and we're in a yoga posture and a stretch, and we'll have deeper understanding of what's happening, so we can speak into that. Say we're in a hip stretch. I'll just move into this. So this is IT band, and then more. And a hip stretch is stretch. And if someone's experiencing severe pain in their knee or their hip or something, that's where we can go in and see, oh, you're feeling pain in which hip? Oh, it's my right hip. Okay, tell me about your pain. Well, it's very sharp and there's some burning. And then so when those signals are spoken into, that's why I say body be spoken. So you're speaking from what you're feeling. And those codes are what's coming up, codes and feeling. Oh, it's sharp pain and burning. So then a specific question can be asked. Oh, have you experienced pain with the male figure, and are you holding on to anger with that male figure in this particular experience you had? So these questions can be asked when we have some body signals happening. And so that's why I chose to name our group, this group, Body Be Spoken. There's so much gold and so much light returned that we can discover with our own body. And I've taught previous workshops about my body, my blessing. When we have something so massive physically happening with our body that's disrupting the way we walk, the way we sit, if we're in constant pain, or a muscle's in distress, or there's not easy movement with your body throughout all of your body, that's awesome, because that is sacred information to start to translate and actually see what's happening in you and for you. Lineage patterns can be transformed within minutes. Burdens can be transformed into blessings within minutes. Something that maybe you have deemed your greatest weakness can be transformed within minutes. And it's a conscious awareness of what's happening rather than, oh, my body's against me. No, your body's for you. And I love using our sacred form, our sacred body, as such a divine, blessed tool to hear even deeper within ourselves of what we're requiring to meet, maybe even slow down and be within touch within us of what's happening. If our outer world is going crazy, that means our inner world is amplified and very in fight or flight or survival. So we're going to go in. We're going to go within, and what we're doing in Body Be Spoken is It's not a using of our body, it's a hearing. Hearing of what maybe you've been carrying for so long within you. And maybe you didn't know how to be with something, or something's going on currently, and you've got some massive body language happening. We could have gallbladder will show up, thyroid will show up, blood pressure. All of these are signals, sacred signals from us, within us, calling to us to, hey, be with what's really going on and shift and transform it. Anything that is happening in our body can be shifted and moved into a return, into a blessing. And I remember when I experienced massive lower back, right side, specifically my QL, which is right here, the back muscle that is so powerful. It's part of your core. And on the back would get so tight over my years in the past. So much that my right hip would come up, and then I'd have vertebrae out of alignment, and then it would disrupt the way I walked and the way I sat and how I moved, and it would create me to not be able to work and massage with my clients and teach yoga. It would seemingly take me out of what I was doing in my life. And my body language for me, specifically with my QL and my back, was me not feeling supported in what I was doing in my life. And it wasn't just a little bit of support. I mean, it took me out. Like, all I could do was sit there and be like, oh, this hurts so bad. So, with such a powerful muscle, quadratus lumborum, back right here, tightening and holding. And I remember that I was holding on to how I moved around in my life, and I was holding on and not allowing myself to be supported in my marriage, with my work, with my community. I remember having a thought form of, I can do it all, watch me. And so I was like, So my feeling world was saying, heck no, I don't want to do it all. And my brain's going, we can do it all, we can do it all. And my feeling world was saying, no, I ain't going on that. That's not happening. So our body is our subconscious, is our feeling world. And if our feeling world is not in agreement with our heart, with our truth, then a body signal is going to happen. And until we be with that inner energy, or even resurrect energy of what's being pressed in and slowing us down, then it'll just keep happening, and the signal will get bigger and bigger. And, will it shift on its own eventually? Yes. Will it come back? Yes. Until the energy of what's happening is met. So, with body bespoken, we're feeling what is happening, like, oh, I'm tight here, or I've got an ache here, something's going on, and we can be with ourselves and translate what that is for us and use it in us and for us in our lives. My severe tightening of my back on my right side was me tightening down and choosing to make it hard to be supported and even move forward with the masculine side of life. And it was me tightening down, saying, no, I don't need support. No, I don't need, my words were help. No, I don't need help. No, I don't need support. And I was tightening down, and my feeling world was just saying, I don't agree with this. You're going to have support, and we're going to create this in your body until you get it. So now I do understand. Yes, I am I am union in and with divine masculine support. I move forward easily as I am continuously supported. These are my decrees I use. And does support show up for me sometimes with my body still to this day? Yes. And what do? I instantly be with my body, what signals happening in my body, and I have my decrees as I move through what signal is happening in me and translating that from my burden into my blessing. Burden to blessing, greatest weakness to greatest strengths. And I love having and owning that we can do this in yoga. We can do this with bolster therapy. We can do this with self-massage and myofascial release. We can do this with coaching and translating what's happening in us. Anything that's going on in us and in our life, we have the ability to slow down and be with and see directly through the illusion or the veil or the pattern of what's happening and see directly through that and call it what it really is and transform it into our blessing, greatest strength, victory, resurrect, restore and reclaim whatever it is, which is our energy and our power that has been called something for so long. And maybe it's been our lineage for such a long time. So we have our own in us, and we have 50% of mom, which is left, 50% of dad, which is right. So we have mom and dad in us, and then whatever in them that they didn't love or didn't know how to transform within them. And then we have lineage. So on the days when you're like, wow, I got a lot going on, you're clearly feeling yourself and your lineage burdens that are moving into blessing. So I would tell myself all the time, Erin, you're not crazy. Erin, you're not crazy. Because I had a lot of mental stuff going on with all burdens to blessings. And now I have tools that move me through whatever is happening in me. And if I require support, I will ask for support and call in support, and with my coaches that I am partnered with and that are in my community, and I instantly call into support for myself. And we support ourselves first, and then we can be with our people and our family. So me first is the number one. We're going to be with ourselves first and work in ourselves with ourselves. And then once we're filled full, we can be with others, and which I love. It's very self-caring, very self. And we become full again, filled up, overflowing. And then using tools of within my body, my blessing, and coaching and breathing and self-MFR, all the tools that I use in what I do, we can continue to stay full, ever receiving, always receiving, as we are with ourselves and with others. So that's a little bit about my body, my blessing, in my current creation and what's happening within our group. And I am choosing to conclude this video, and it's so great. It's so great that we have this group together. And as always, I am here if you require any support. And maybe it's a step one. Jump in. I welcome you to jump in and message me or direct contact me directly. And I welcome you to have your great self jump in to transform your life if you feel that you're seemingly stuck with something, or it's been this way forever, if that's happening in you. I welcome you to jump into everything that's happening in Body Be Spoken and all the other resources and tools that I offer. I use my tools every day that I offer. And that's it. All right. I love you. Message me if you require, and we can talk about sessions, one-on-one, online or in person, and we can discuss the ways that I can support you and be with you on whatever's happening in your life. All right, much love.